What is going on, guys? Make sure you check down in the description below so you can find out how to get entered in my Road to 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We've reached that milestone, and we're going to do that live next Friday, October 15th. That's Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a whole bunch of cool channels on with me. We're going to give away a ton of stuff, so make sure you go down below, find out how to get entered into that. If you like comic book mystery boxes, that's down in the description below as well. You can find out how to purchase one of our mystery boxes and also how to get 10% off over at Street Level Hero LA and raise some money for a great cause. It is another beautiful day here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky, and today we're going to do New Comic Book Day on a budget. If you had a budget of $25, what book should you buy? Find out coming up next. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we get into talking about the comic books you should buy if you're on a budget of $25, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscription button. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Hit that like button if you like the video. And let me know down in the comments if there's any books that you would replace in this list, anything that you're looking at. Just let me know what books you're looking at. And if you had a budget of $25, what books would you be looking at that are different from this list? I'd love to hear from you. All right, so purpose of this video, I say it every week, is we all have to live on a budget, right? Can't spend the rent money, the mortgage money, the gas money, the food money on comic books as much as we would like to, and I struggle with that myself and with FOMO. You got to stay on a budget most times when it comes to making these pickups. So for the purposes of our example, we got a $25 budget, and you can use this like if you're on a $20 budget, a $15 budget, a $10 budget. You can use that all the way down. I'm going to rank these in order of least important to the most important, in my opinion. And of course, this is just my opinion. You may want to slide some different books in here than the ones I have listed, and that's perfectly fine. This is just my list of what I believe are the most important books to buy this new comic book day. All right, so let's start with what would be number 5 on our list today, and that is the Amazing Spider-Man number 75 Patrick Gleason variant. The retail price of this book is $5.99, and this is the cover by Patrick Gleason. And I know I've heard on some other videos that maybe these Gleason covers are kind of played out, but I really dig this one. And I also found out, and I didn't know, over on Anachronic Comics, he does a new comic book day cover video, that the webbing that he uses to make like the front mask, it says the Amazing Spider-Man in it. So that's really cool, and I completely missed that. So very, very cool cover. There is one, a virgin cover, it's like $65, but you can pick this one up for $5.99. This is also the start of the new creative team, and it'll be published 3 times monthly. It's Kelly Thompson, Zeb Wells, Saladin Ahmed, Cody Ziegler, and of course Patrick Gleason with interior art. And Ben Reilly is the focal point of this series. Now, why include this book on the list? Number 1, it's a new creative team. B, you get this dope cover, and you get the start of the new Spider-Man story focusing on Ben Reilly. So I think that's going to be fun. I think this would be a good book. You know, it's the first issue out with a new creative team. Something exciting may happen. So yeah, definitely, if not for the story, just strictly for the cover on this one, Amazing Spider-Man number 75. So we got $25 to spend. This one's $5.99. We purchased this book. That leaves us $19.01 left to spend. So what's next? And so number 4 on our list is Chicken Devil number 1. Retail price on this book is $4.99. And this is a story about a regular guy who owns a chain of hot chicken restaurants, and is an unlikely vigilante to battle the mob. But the Chicken Devil may be the right hero for the job. Now, I like books like this, you know, when it's kind of a mob story. You got the little guy fighting back against the big guy. I like the chicken angle on this one. I'm a big fan of chicken, and hot chicken specifically. I think this could be a fun story, so I'm really excited to check out this first issue. So Chicken Devil number 1 would be number 4 here on this list. At $4.99 retail, you take that away from the $19.01 we have left to spend. We've got $14.02 left. So what do we do next? for me, that would be Out, #1, by Artists, Writers, and Artisans. Has a $3.99 cover price. And the synopsis on this one I think is kind of interesting. I think the story is interesting. In the waning days of World War II, with the Allies advancing, a desperate Nazi officer unearths an ancient force of evil that he hopes will turn the tide of battle: a vampire. To test the power of his secret weapon, he unleashes the monster on an unsuspecting group of Allied POWs. It's up to Nokana, a Comanche language expert, to communicate with the vampire to find out what he really wants. So, kind of World War II setting again. It's just a title I dig. I think it's going to be a good story, or what I was trying to say is it's a World War II setting, and that is something that I like. And I think it's an interesting concept that they dig up a vampire and use him as a secret weapon. So really excited to read this one. Again, maybe a book you could see down the road as a TV series or a Netflix series that, that just kind of the quirkiness that might make something like that cool. So Out, #1 from Artists, Writers, and Artisans. We spend $3.99 retail. That leaves us $10.03 to spend. All right, so we got 2 more. The next book is DC Horror Presents Soul Plumber #1 with a retail price of $3.99. This is a 6-issue limited series about a disgraced seminary student who builds a pirated soul plumber machine to save damn souls from Satan, but winds up summoning something much worse than a demon. Again, another title, especially if you're in the horror genre. And I know DC Horror, I was doing first appearances and key issues yesterday, and I was like, I don't know if this is a new thing, but they also did The Conjuring. But I think this sounds like a fun story. So DC Horror Presents Soul Plumbers #1, I think, is a definite pickup and would be the second most important book, I think, this week. And with that retail price of $3.99, leaves us $6.04 left to spend. And so we've got 1 book left to make sure we stay in our budget, and that is Nice House on the Lake #5. Retail price $3.99. And of course, this is written by James Tynion and illustrated by Alvaro Martinez Bueno. Nice House on the Lake's hands down one of the best series right now. As soon as that book comes out, I read it. It's my favorite title every week. And if you're not on it, I think you need to grab it. I think that, with the heat Tynion's got with, Something Is Killing the Children, I'm waiting any day for it to be announced that the Nice House on the Lake is going to be turned into a TV series. Really, really interesting concept. Great writing, great art, just absolutely a must-have. So if you can only buy 1 book this week, I think it's Nice House on the Lake #5. So the $3.99 retail price, we spend that. That leaves us $2.05 left. You can buy a water, a Coke, a drink, whatever. Go sit down and read your comic books and quench your thirst, right? So, all right. Now, as I do every week, I like to throw an honorable mention book in. And most of our LCSs do give you a discount if you're a customer. Now, I generally use Midtown as my control just because it's online, it's easy to get to, and it would be probably the most conservative, I think, because I know my LCS gives like 15% off, Midtown does 10%. But if you get a discount on these books, then you would have enough money left to buy 1 book. And if it were me, the purchase would be from Image Comics, and that is The Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. Image Comics are always solid. The synopsis on this one is: when an unassuming man stumbles upon a dark web contract assassin's vicious plot to kill an innocent target, he turns himself into one. The professional meets the road to perdition in this story of a family's unlikely guardian being hunted by rich and powerful men who are used to getting away with everything. I think that sounds awesome. I love The Professional, love The Road to Perdition. You mash those up into a comic book, and I'm definitely going to read it. And like I said, coming from Image Comics, I think it'll be a solid read. And I think if you had a little money left over, this is the book that I would grab. All right, guys, that is it. That's the new comic book days on a budget. A lot of DC flavor this week. 1 really cool cover and some indies as well. I don't think you can go wrong with any of those books. But let me know in the comments below if there's a book you would take out and what book you would put in. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Let me know how I'm doing on this video. I enjoy doing it. It's a completely different way to look at comic books and New Comic Book Day when you're really trying to stay within a budget and trying to take the FOMO out of it. And yeah, it's been a good exercise for me, and I hope it's helping you guys out somewhat. So yeah, thanks for coming over, spending some time with me on the channel today. I really do appreciate it. Always appreciate the support that I get. It's just been amazing from this community. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great New Comic Book Day. Make sure you stay within your budget. And as always in these things, until next time.